the first card you have for your past is the Two of Cups. I'm seeing someone in this card, who you were really, really connected with, I often see that in this card when I see this caduceus in between these two cups in this card. It's like, sometimes it's even like DNA to me. So that's how deeply connected you were with this person. And I think you probably still are. This is someone who you've probably known for a long, long time. You might have known them for years, actually. But I think the communication between you might have slowed down for a while. Slowed down and then slowed even more and then slowed even more. I'm seeing that. And then it probably just suddenly stopped. And I think it was on their side. I think they suddenly stopped this communication. And I think, obviously you were very hurt by this. You were hurt by whatever happened around this person that kind of caused them to stop this communication. And I think, you're not around them right now. You're still not around them right now. But I think there's a connection. There's still a connection between you that you feel. And I think it's always going to be there. It's just this feeling that, and also I think, you know that you're going to connect with them again for some reason at some other time. And I agree with you. I think you probably will, because I think there's that connection that isn't going to go away. I think this is someone also who you might have helped in some way. And, you helped each other emotionally in the past, but maybe you felt that you've helped them more. That might just be the impression you have or the feeling that you have when you think about them. And I'm just, there's a house in this card as well, but it's far away from this couple. It's kind of on a hill up in the distance, far away from them. So I think deep down you still have, you still see each other as home. You still see each other as home for some reason. And I think actually they still feel that deep down as well. But this home that you have with each other, or this feeling of being at home with each other, is far away and still is far away from both of you at this time. Now, I can't quite see, this might have been a love connection, it might be a friendship, or it might be a mix of both. It might be that you were friends and then you became lovers, or it might be that there was a kind of on and off friendship and love connection, or maybe the lines were blurred or something like that. It's something that kind of goes backwards and forwards, or it did. But whoever this is, it's like, you're still connected. You're still connected with them. I keep on seeing that. And the thing is, I don't think you connect closely with many people at all. You really don't. So this is probably why this person had such a huge impact on you, and they still do. You still think about them quite a lot. But I think, I'm seeing that they made a decision. They made some kind of decision. And this is why you're not together anymore, because of a decision that they made. And I hope this isn't too confusing for you. I hope this made some sense for you. I'm a bit confused myself, but that's what I'm seeing there. I keep on seeing there is still a connection between you. There still is. So yeah, the next card you have for your past is the Queen of Wands. So again, yeah, this is a bit strange, because even though this person was still on your mind, they were still on your mind quite a lot. And also, when this happened to you, when they disconnected with you, when whatever it was happened, you felt really horrible. Was this horrible feeling, obviously. You might still not be totally sure what happened, or why they did this, or why they made this decision. And it was a shock, actually, as well. But I think you were finding that you're a lot stronger than you thought you'd be. I think you kind of, you had a lot of other things on your mind. You had a lot of things that you wanted to achieve, targets that you'd set for yourself. You're very good at setting targets and doing them. So, excuse me, I had a hiccup then. So sorry about that. So yeah, you had that on your mind. You had a lot of these things you wanted to achieve. Now, Aries always has a lot of things they want to achieve, always. So you had that. And I don't know why I'm seeing this, but something similar might have happened before. You might have had a shock and a separation before. It might have been with the same person. It might not have been, but I'm just getting this feeling of been here before. I've been here before. And so the shock this time didn't have as much impact on you as a previous shock. It might be that. But yes, you were really strong. You're really calm. A lot stronger than you thought you would be, even knowing, if that makes sense. It's like, you could almost stand back from all of this, and after this initial shock, and you're able to kind of look at everything from a distance. I think you're definitely coping a lot better than you thought you would be. I really am seeing that, because the Queen of Wands is so strong. She's like this strong queen, and no matter what's kind of thrown at her, she's quite optimistic still. She has that beautiful sunflower she's holding. So you're still strong underneath all of this. The last card you have your past is the Knight of Wands. So, yeah, obviously the Knight of Wands, he's kind of out of control, crazy. He's trying to take action, but he's kind of horses jumping all over the place. So I'm seeing with you that, you really have changed. You've changed a lot, actually. I think that you've really been able to calm your temper quite a lot. And I think in the past, if you're in the situation like this, in the one of the two with the Two of Cups, if you had been in a situation like this, I'm trying to say, you would have been quite kind of upset, angry, bad-tempered. You might have jumped up and reacted really angrily, a bit like this horse in this card. But I don't think you did this time. I think you were determined not to look crazy and out of control like this horse. I think you were determined to look like you're in control. You might have had a lot of things going on in your mind, rushing around, upset, all sorts of things. But on the outside, I think you're really, really making an effort not to look out of control. And I think also you were determined to be a lot calmer in other areas of your life as well. I think you were really kind of making a big, big effort, and it was an effort. You're trying to make an effort not to overreact to things. And I know that isn't easy for Aries. I know that myself. But yes, I'm also seeing there might have been other situations around you as well. There might have been a family situation where I think you really, really worked really hard to stay cool around someone that was bothering you, saying something to you. So if this resonates you, I think you should really be proud of yourself. I mean, I know that sounds cringy, but you should really be proud of yourself because you didn't overreact. And I know how hard it is for an Aries, especially for an Aries who's been through hurt that I've seen in the Two of Cups, an emotional situation. If you have a lot of emotions, you have a lot of hurt underneath, and then someone comes and bothers you or does something to you, it can be really, really hard not to react. I know that myself. So, yeah, you did really well here. And I'm not saying that you'll never lose your temper again. I mean, you're Aries. What can I say? But you're determined not to at this time, definitely. And again, I keep on getting this feeling of knowing, this kind of calm knowing, the things around this situation, this separation in the Two of Cups. I mean, that it would either resolve itself or something would happen where something positive would come out of this for some reason. I mean, it's a very strange feeling, but I keep on seeing that. I think that you knew that something would come out of this, either you'd reconnect or something more positive would come out of this. And I'm getting that as well. I'm getting that feeling. I don't know why I am, but that's the feeling I'm getting. And also, I think, you will reconnect again. You will reconnect again. I'm seeing that quite strongly. The first card you have for your present is the Ten of Swords. Yes, no one likes this horrible card. So, excuse me. I think this could be a reason why you're not getting into any extra drama. Obviously, you don't want to kind of hurt yourself even more, be more upset over things. But it's never stopped you before, so I shouldn't say that, but it's true. So yeah, you're not getting into any extra drama. And I think you probably know that, it just wouldn't be worth it, I think. I think you'd end up feeling exhausted on the floor, like the poor man on this card maybe, and you just don't want to get yourself into that position. You're a survivor, you're a fighter, and you don't want to kind of fight for no reason, if that makes sense. I do see some people around you sort of baiting you a bit in a way, trying to get you to overreact or react to what they're saying. But again, I think you're being quite un-Aries about this, as un-Aries as you can be. You might be reacting a bit, after all, you're Aries, but I think you're being as un-Aries as you can be. You're not reacting as much as you normally would have, definitely. The other thing I'm seeing in this card is that yes, this person in the Two of Cups made a choice, and they made a very, very fast choice. They made a choice that was very quick. Maybe they didn't think about the consequences properly. They just jumped in and made this choice. I think they are eventually going to have regrets about making this decision that they've made. And I think this might be what you're knowing, because you know them extremely well. I know this is a person who you are very close to. You know them so well. And you have this knowing that they're going to realize this mistake if they haven't already done that. I don't know if you'd want to instantly welcome them back. You might not want them back at all. But I think you do know this about this person. I think you know they're going to come around again. I'm seeing that all over this reading. And, you know, there is a connection between you, whether you want it to be there or not. There really is a big connection between you. It's there. It really is there. Even if you run away from it yourself, even if you say, I'm never going to speak to this person ever again, that connection is still there, and I think it will always be there between you. That's what I'm seeing. The next card you have for your present is the Six of Swords. So, yeah, I'm seeing a different situation in this. I'm not seeing the situation between this person in the Two of Cups, even though there was a separation there. I'm seeing this might be something completely different, actually. I think you might be trying to take a break just in your head from something that's been frustrating you for a long, long time. This might be a practical thing, a practical situation. And I think, you know, you're trying to take a break from this. You're really trying to, but it still jumps back into your head. Not just in your head, it's feelings that jump back into your heart. It's this kind of, oh no, what am I going to do about this? What if this goes wrong? What if I'll never be able to do this? Oh, I have to solve this problem. I don't know how. It kind of comes back into your heart quite a lot, into your emotions quite a lot. I'm seeing this as probably a big life decision. And I think that this is something that a lot of other things in your life might be even on hold for. It's like this is a big roadblock. And once this roadblock's out of the way, a lot of other things can flow from that. You'll be able to do a lot of other things after that's kind of moved out of the way. So I think for a long time, yes, here are the horns, here are the horns. So I think for a long time, you might have been, yeah, you were very proactive for a long time. You're proactive about trying to sort this out. And I think in your past you did try. You really tried to make a big effort with trying to sort all this out. But it didn't work for you for some reason, and you had to kind of start back at square one. So I think at this time you're just taking a break from all of that. You're having a rest from even trying to think about it. It does pop into your head, but you're trying to make a rest, or you're trying to take a break, have a rest from it. And I think if you do have this rest, once you've had this rest and it's all over with and you go back to this place that you were in before, or the situation you were in before, I think you'll be able to solve this a lot easier, because your head will be clearer, you'll have had that break, you'll have had that rest, and I think you'll be able to tackle this a lot easier. And I think, you know, try not to overstress this. I think you will definitely do this. You'll solve this problem. And I think it's going to happen to you at the right time. I know as an Aries, you want it solved right now. You want everything solved right now, but now isn't the right time. I think after you've got this space, after you try to clear your head of this, try your best. I know you can't totally do that. Once you've kind of cleared your emotions of this for a while, when you rest, that's when things are going to start to come in. That's when ideas are going to start to come in. And that's when you'll be able to go back and tackle this, and it will come quite easily for you after you've had this rest. That's what I'm seeing. The last card you have, your present, is the Ace of Wands. So yes, again, this is the card of action. This is pure action. This is the real, this is an Aries card. And this is a card of building as well, building things up. And it's the card of kind of, what's the word? I can't think of the word. You know the word when you try to, before action, the word, you know, the thing that happens before action. I can't think of the stupid word. The potential, that's the word I'm thinking of. This is like the potential of what can happen, what is going to happen. So at this time, you're just thinking about, I know I have this problem. I know it's there. I'm taking a break in my head, and I'm going to just open my mind, open my heart, not stress, just open it all up. Let the ideas flow in, let the things come in, they'll float around for a while, and then I'll have this potential, I'll see this potential in this thing, and then I will be able to take this action. That's what I'm seeing. And you'll be able to build on these ideas when they come into your head. That's what I'm seeing is happening with you. And I think this self-calming that you've been teaching yourself, that I was seeing in the Knight of Wands, this is going to help you with this. This is going to help you to kind of sit back and see what you need to do in a clear way. Because sometimes taking all this action isn't about doing. It can be about sitting back and just letting things happen, letting things line up, letting things kind of fall into place. Sometimes the biggest action of all is kind of waiting and knowing and just letting things happen. I think sometimes in the past you were kind of pushing, stressing, and it wasn't working, it wasn't happening. So I think this new way of looking at things, this new way of calming yourself, this new way of just waiting for a while is really going to help you, and it's going to be a lot more powerful for you than actually pushing things. And yeah, I hope this doesn't sound crazy. This is what I'm seeing as well. I think this person in the Two of Cups is learning a lesson as well. I think they're learning that they shouldn't have jumped in very quickly with this decision. And I think they're going to be really kind of trying to live with those consequences. Maybe not now, but it's going to kind of build up on them. They're going to eventually see that. That's what I'm seeing. So the first card you have for your future is the Chariot. So yes, again, this is what you were doing in the past. You were efforting, pushing. Look at the man's face. He's so determined. He's like, I'm pushing this, I want this, it's going to happen. And I think, you know, this is how you were in the past. And I think after you've kind of been through this time of just letting things come in, letting the flow come in, letting the ideas come in, letting the help come in, I am seeing that you are talking to a friend and they are helping you practically with this. I'm seeing that as well. I think you're going to go back into the situation that you were in before, but you're going to have a whole new mindset around this. And this is going to help you to really push this forward, and this is going to help this roadblock to become removed or be removed. And once this is removed, I'm seeing everything is going to be able to flow from there. You're going to be able to move forward with all your things. You're going to be able to push forward with everything. And it's all going to happen in a more stress-free way than it was in the past. And this is a lesson you're going to learn for your future. Any big problems you tackle in the future, you're now going to probably use this way of just getting your head around it, getting away from efforting over this, having a rest, letting ideas flow in, and then when you're ready, letting those ideas fill up until you're full, and then you're going to move forward and take action only then, when you're a lot more relaxed. That's what I'm seeing is going to happen to you in your future as well, after you've learned from this. That's what I'm seeing. I hope this all makes sense to you. The next card you have for your future is the Nine of Wands. So yes, I love seeing the Nine of Wands next to the Chariot. It really shows your determination, pure Aries. But this is, again, this is a new kind of determination that I'm seeing. And it's slowly been growing inside you. That probably sounds quite cringy, but I don't mean it to be. It's a kind of a slow, kind of a relaxed determination that you have, if that makes sense. It's like you're focused on yourself, and you're focused on yourself in a more kind of a less stressed way, if that makes sense. And you're also less stressed, or you're going to be less stressed about what other people think of you. I think you've always had this kind of I'll show them mentality. I'll show them, I'll do this to show them. They've hurt me, they've said this about me, they've done this. I'll show them, I'll do better than them. That's this kind of thing you've always had in your head. Now that's fine. It's done you well, actually. You've done very well because of that. It's pushed you forward. It's made you determined. All of that kind of thing. That's fine. You've achieved things because of that. I can see that. But, you know, I'm like that too. But this determination that I'm seeing now, it's a new kind of determination. It's more relaxed. It's not focused on other people. It's not focused on what they think of you. It's focused on you. Your energy is not being wasted on these other people and what they think of you. Your energy is being directed and focused on you and your future and what you want. You don't care what they think. You don't care if they're jealous. You don't care what they say. And you've been building up to this for a while. You've gradually become less angry. You've gradually become less reactive. You've gradually become less upset over people and things and what they think. And that's what you're doing. You're growing and growing, and that's what's going to happen to you until you reach this kind of peak where you just do not care anymore. You can just let it go. You can focus on yourself totally, and that's when you're really going to start to grow even more than you have already, if you can believe that, because you've come quite far. You're going to grow even more. You're going to grow faster with less stress and less effort. That's what I'm seeing. And after you've learned this, again, I'm seeing that after you've learned this, you're going to have this for life. You're going to have this for life. It's fantastic. The last card you have for your future is the Page of Cups. So, this is quite funny actually, but it might be annoying to you. I'm seeing a love message. This is a love message that's going to come into you. It might be hidden. It might be hidden in humor. It might be hidden in something else, something light and funny. Someone might be making a joke to you. Because have a look at this page. He's kind of funny. Look at how he's dressed. I mean, who dresses like that? Who wears a tunic with flowers all over it and a little blue thing on your head with a big wavy thing sticking out and pink boots? And yeah, I mean, and he's laughing at this fish. He's just full of humor. He's just so silly. So this person who's connecting to you, this person who now is sending you this message, they're going to joke with you. They're going to say something funny with you. Now, it might look like this person is just kind of out of the blue. Hey, what about this funny joke? What do you think of that? And it might make you laugh. It's going to look like effortless communication to you, like they just kind of saw you out of the blue and decided to talk to you. I think you might already know this person, so it's like this is a reconnection. This is a message that's like a reconnection. This is not an effortless thing that they're doing when they connect with you. This is something they've really thought about. This is something they've really researched. This is something they've really looked at. They've been really careful in how they're going to approach you. They've really thought about this. So it's not effortless. It's not spur of the moment. It's not something they're just doing all of a sudden. Don't be fooled by this person. I'm seeing that you might, you'll probably laugh at whatever they say, but there is some suspicion around this. Now, sometimes you have suspicions around people that you shouldn't have. Sometimes you don't trust a lot of people. I see that quite a lot in your readings. And sometimes you distrust people that you shouldn't distrust. But in this case, I think not that you should distrust them, but there is something that they're not being quite upfront about. They might not be quite genuine about something, and I think you're right to kind of wait and see. I don't think you're going to answer them. I think you might wait and sit and see and think about this, and I think you're right to do this. Take a step back. Don't answer them straight away. Don't get right into this. They're a funny person. They're a charismatic person.